is because I made I think last spring, I made a set of fender extensions for a Yamaha Grizzly. And so I'm going to make them to go on this quad because, with the big tires, you need more protection from mud because it just throws mud all over itself. And this is a priority quad. This is a business machine. And so if it was mine, I wouldn't want to drill holes in it because then it would forever have holes in it. But this quad is a business, it's a workhorse. So it doesn't matter how good it looks as long as it works. So let's get the mud flaps and let's install them. Okay, so here are the flaps that I made for the Yamaha Grizzly, but they'll go on here. Now, it'd be nice if these are a little wider, but... and what I'm going to do is I'm going to attach this thing to this thing permanently because you see these screws are what go in the quad. So let's kind of attach that stuff together. So these are the backs and these are the fronts. Now, like I said before, I wish they was a bit wider, but I think they're wide enough that they will make a big difference. I did put... I'll fix that with washers. I did put these on, but they didn't really help that much. They do help, but the issue is, see, this fender kind of goes in here. It should be this much wider. I built these for the skinny tires. I built these when this quad, brand new, had these tires on it, and these are flat, and I'm going to make a video on it. I'm kind of fixing stuff up over there, but this video is going to be all about installing mud flaps on a quad with Super Swamper tires on it. So here's the tools someone would need for this job. This is the tools I'm using. And you could use rivets for that. But we have so many of these, I'm just going to use these. So what I'm doing is I'm going to attach this part to this thing with some bolts so that I don't have to worry about attaching this and that on the quad as well. So just put these two together. It just makes it easier. Usually once you get the first one in, it's easy from there. When you wash a quad, especially the fenders before you work on them, it makes it pretty convenient too. So you see how you want this to kind of pull up, so I want to put this on the outside as much as possible. No, this thing should be fixed. think a carbide drill bit would drill super easily through plastic, but it actually takes something. It's not air. It actually does take something to drill through plastic. Reusing rusted ones still work fine. Just a bit rusty. Since that's a fender, since it's holding a fender, I should put a washer on there. You should keep old trays like this. It's good for hardware. I drilled that hole and it got a cut in it, so I drilled a new one. No, I think the bends in this. And these fenders aren't permanent. These can come off once the mud season's done. That's what I made these for. They're only for the mud season. No, when you're going in the bush, these would probably get torn off. So I designed them better if they were going to stay on this quad forever. But they're only till the mud season ends. The same thing with the tires. The tires are only for mud, and if you use them on the trails, they're not meant for that. They're too big and heavy. They're actually kind of heavy tires. And also, it's hard on the quad. Quads don't really like having huge tires on them. I mean, this thing only has a 420cc engine in it. I think it should have. Now, there's quads similar to this with a 500. I think they're a little better. Tighten all those later. Look at how easy that is. Okay, I just made these pieces, cut them with a grinder, so they're gonna go like that. I'm done modifying the other side. I put this thing on there. This goes on the other side. so all the mud fenders are on. So I used bolts. This phone battery's really low. This is about to die. It's not charging for some reason. So I fixed up the fenders in places. And these are all bolted on everywhere. And this one was a little weird. I tried to get it up like that, but it's still fine. Lots of bolts on there to help hold it on. This thing I should have just, I don't know, this was good, I guess. This kind of sticks out a bit. I wish it was more like that. I could just maybe cut that, but these are for the Yamaha Grizzly too. So they're for whatever quad has the mud tires on it. And now this thing looks like a big Jeep. It looks so much bigger and wider. But this thing is always crooked. I don't know why that thing is always crooked. See, this thing is, it's gotta come up. It's stuck underneath. Yeah, that thing is stuck underneath. No, I really don't need that on there. These plastic things don't do a lot because there's metal there. I didn't wash it the best, but, and then you see I just put some bolts through under there. And I will fix this another day, because this actually took quite a long time, but not a lot of work. Okay, well that seems to work well. I think these fenders are not the best. See, there's a bit of mud here, but I went through that puddle pretty fast, and it's way better. It's 1,000 times better. And this, I need to tie that up with twine until I fix that the proper way. This thing tucks under sometimes, but those mud fenders are good. And we'll take them off when the mud season is over. Take those tires off, and we'll buy a new set, another set of better tires for it. Because the tires this thing came with are pathetic. They're really small. They're dry rotted. They're garbage. We need to buy a proper set of tires, because these ones are big mud tires. You can't really get away with using those on there all the time. But these fenders definitely make a big difference. So this is tomorrow. I'll put the basket on and we'll go back to using it for bringing cabs in, because we tow a trailer behind this quad and it drives around in the really deep mud over there, and it gets mud everywhere because it throws mud around sometimes. Even when you're not going that fast, it still does. So these will help it out for sure. So glad I did that. I guess that's it for this video, unless I film some more stuff over there maybe. Okay, so I just tied this up. That crack is a problem.